The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in partnership with KiwiBank.
And welcome back to Duncan Grieve, and welcome along to you guys to the Real Pod. My name's Janie. I'm joined by Sippy McStifferson over there.
Yeah, just getting my Java in.
It's been
this delightful mug, the iconic sheep shagger.
It's been a long time since we've been blessed with the sound of your dulcet mumbles.
Well, no, you had me briefly.
Yeah, we did.
Down the phone.
That was challenging though. We had wind noise, we had the classic Goffy turkey gobble.
Yeah, that was good.
You're probably noticing...
It was a standout performance.
You're probably noticing the distinct lack of Alex Casey in the room.
She should have given us 3 belly laughs by now if she'd been here.
Yeah, she would have.
R.I.P.
So yeah, that's sad. Sorry, no Alex today.
Might get a bit of Alex. She's
She might
close
pop in.
by. She's just in her zone.
It's very newsroom at the moment.
It is actually.
She's on a hot story, and so she's working hard at it. And that's the priority. For some reason, our dinky little pod is not.
It's amazing that it doesn't get sacrificed on the altar of news more often.
Yeah.
It's testament to its power.
We're still growing. We're only we're early days, only 3 years into it. So.
Are we? I think we're coming up 4 years.
Really?
Fantasy Suite.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Do the maths. You do the maths.
Oh, God, it's 2019 this year. Holy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Nando's. We're looking forward to eating you soon.
I've not eaten yet today. We're recording
neither
this
at all.
Quarter to one. I'm barely alive when Nando's arrives. And we'll be like Tom Hanks
I also
and Castaway.
Don't think we should share with The Office this time.
Fuck The Office. I hope none of them listen to this. I'm pretty confident they've stopped.
Well, at least let us go first, eat as much as we possibly can, and then anything that's left.
They have historically done that, but there's been occasional seepage.
It's not really happening like that anymore. No. Anyway, Tauranga are opening a store, Nando's opening a store in Tauranga.
That's right.
In April.
Because they don't do franchises anymore.
No, they just
They need central control.
You know what you're getting now when you go to Nando's.
That's right. It's
I tell you what,
incredible experience.
You get a bloody nice fit out.
Yeah.
And condiments. All the condiments.
So many condiments.
Proper plates.
Yeah.
None of this blimmin' eat out of a box BS.
Yeah.
Though if you do take away and eat out of a box, that's fine too. That's also
it is
still
fine,
delicious.
But it's just you should if you had the opportunity, you'd dine in. Like you wouldn't deprive yourself of that experience.
Yeah, exactly. You've spent your voucher yet?
I gave my voucher away to this lovely lady.
Aww. She deserves it.
She bloody does.
He's pointing his pen at Tina, who is our lovely producer. And what did you buy with your voucher, Tina?
I bought half a chicken and some ribs and a coleslaw and some chips and cheesy bread. This was for 3 people and we all smashed it.
Okay.
That's so cool. I'm really glad.
I would have preferred if it was just for you. But
the idea of like a Tina mukbang at Nando's is appealing.
Just settling in for 6 hours?
Yeah. Do the whole day. Dawn to dusk.
I haven't spent mine yet, so I'm glad Alex has spent hers and you've effectively spent yours.
Yep.
So that's what I wanted, was to just be the guy with the golden ticket at the end of the day.
Yeah. Achieved.
Our hashtag is #RealPod. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRealPodPod, and we have a group called Real Pod Corner. Just hold your breath for a minute longer there, Duncan, which is a great place to just chat with other like-minded folk. There's no judgment. There's lots of hot tips and funny memes and so on and so forth. Our Instagram is The Real Pod Pod. What's up, Dunk?
Why don't you? Wait, man, that was a long time. Why don't you try and get your hens to go to Nando's? I mean, hens and roosters are quite similar, and you'd have such a great time.
I kind of...
Don't spend your voucher, because that's
of
what
course
they all put
not.
in money for.
No. We've already booked somewhere, and I can't believe I didn't think of it. But also, Nando's is kind of sacred, and I don't want.
You don't want to befoul it?
I don't want to befoul it with my foul hens.
That's true. With your foul. Well, I think it's worth announcing here that Jane's Hens is on January 9th, February 9th, and it's happening in Auckland. And so I'd just be about, you know, if you're a corny.
I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not going to be wandering around.
About.
I'm not going to be wobbling around with my sash on and my tiara in a
So you say.
In a
you
yardie. Am I?
Well,
you're
see.
not coming, so don't look at me like that.
We'll see. Well, Joel's stag is on the same day, so there could be a crossover episode.
Auckland's a bloody big place.
Well,
see you at Hobsonville Point.
Shrinks when it comes to this kind of thing.
Anyway, if you're joining us for the first time, sorry about it. This is actually a reality TV recap and real news in New Zealand podcast, but, you know, kind of a light one.
Yeah.
Coming up.
It's New Zealand's chill out zone.
Yeah, we just chilled a couple of chilled out entertainers. Coming up on the podcast, which local celebrity is doing a not very good job of boycotting R. Kelly? Which new reality show has Wayne finally gotten over the line with me? And what are we watching on Lightbox? Plus, Duncan is going to eat the chili chocolate of death for the real review.
That sounded like a proper show.
I wrote it down.
I know, but the way you delivered it.
Thanks.
Do you get any voice work?
No. Does someone want to give me some voice work? What are the chances that someone who is listening
quite high
does
lot
has
of
some involvement in voice work?
People.
Yeah, I'm good. Get me to say something. Get me to say something.
Well, I mean, you just did.
Okay, but something else, like as if I'm advertising something.
Okay, do me an off-the-cuff wet and forget.
I was just thinking of wet and forget.
I mean, he's the ultimate. It's Rod Gendon.
What does wet and forget do? It's like your pavers, right?
No, well, just
moss and mildew, that kind of thing. You know, tired of moss and mildew, having to negotiate the hazard of your front steps every day. Well, now you can wet and forget.
That is good.
If I had a script, even better. Just quietly.
Yeah. Because you didn't mention gunge. And is it
I'm not
gunge
really overly familiar, but
you
know, I've actually just this week bought some wet and forget for our patio.
This
furniture.
is not Sponcom.
It's not sponsored. It's not sponsored. I promise. That Nando stuff though was. Okay. Oh. What's happening?
Oh
God, sorry. That shits me. I was ready to go, but I was just in slightly the wrong mode on my go button.
It would have been so seamless.
It would have. Anyway, no one's going to hire me
One
now.
day you'll get it right.
Unlikely. Look, it's a sad day for us at The Real Pod because not only is Alex not here, but also this is our last podcast because Samuel Levi's got a podcast and so we're all dead in the water. No? What about if I say, Aunt Matilda have got a podcast and so we're all dead in the water?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's been nice knowing
you. Is it out? Or has it just been announced? Is it like the Leighton Smith podcast?
Okay,
Everyone's getting podcasts now.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
catch up.
4 years, just saying.
We're nearly ready for school.
So yeah, we were doing podcasts before anyone had ever heard of them.
Yeah. Since we invented the genre.
Aunt and Matilda are doing some sort of health and wellness type.
That's fine.
scenario.
We're really more sort of ill health and sickness.
Also, Aunt Matilda only do things that are sponsored, but they kind of, I think they do like these. They don't have these long-term relationships, these monogamous relationships like we do with Nando's. They have kind of just intense, passionate affairs, right? That burn out. They burn bright and then they die.
It seems probably commercially more sensible, but we just call us old fashioned.
Call us old fashioned.
We just want to stick with the one chicken our whole lives.
So anyway, they've got a sponsor, I think, for a certain number of podcasts. Is that the story? You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, let me just quickly.
I'm a cipher for the audience.
Matilda podcast. Okay. They jump on the podcast wagon. Yes. Yeah. We're driving it. Okay. Just letting you know that. That's the headline. Art and Matilda jump on the podcast wagon with your own healthy living show. It's a 6-part series, and it's just, come on. It's not like you just be starting to ramp up, and then...
Yeah, you don't even know what you're doing.
No. Good luck with that, though. Nah, they'll be amazing. I'm going to listen.
Nah.
No, I'm not. But I did listen to Samuel Levi's podcast, Keeping It Real with Samuel Levi. I listened to, it's only 15 minutes long, the first episode.
15.
Yeah. Very digestible.
No,
Can I just say?
An hour and 15 minutes is the length of a podcast, Sam Levi, you silly.
It was, I mean, look, if you're here because you enjoy reality TV and you liked Married at First Sight, his first podcast episode is about Married at First Sight. So I'm not going to tell you not to listen to it because it's of some interest.
Some interest. That's the faintest praise.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, to ask me anything about that you want to know about the podcast. I haven't finished it, but I feel like I've listened to most of it.
Of the 15 minutes.
Yes.
So do you feel like he's giving it to you straight, or is it the Sam Levi slant?
I think a bit of both. I think the Sam Levi slant is him giving it to you straight, if that makes sense.
Like from
I think
his
he's always
perspective,
on.
It.
Yeah, and he believes it.
And is it
sure.
just about his relationship,
No.
or is it the whole soup?
So what he did is, bless him, he's talking quite fast during the whole. There's an intro.
Is it a monopod?
It's a monopod.
Oh,
yeah, I know. Bold.
He went there. Before I ever did.
Yeah,
I
but
just
you've been talking about it for a long time.
Such a coward, eh?
He's taken questions from the floor basically about Married at First Sight. So he answers a bunch of questions,
cool.
which is smart.
That's a cool way to do it.
Can't do that forever. But that was smart. And then he's going to have guests in future, apparently. Friends, most likely.
Maybe I should just start one.
Well, go on his.
No, he wouldn't have me.
He might
Would
do.
he?
I think he would.
He doesn't know who I am. Like, I'm not part of his world.
No, you're not of any interest to anyone else that
Exactly.
follows him.
Exactly.
But, so he talked about people assuming he went on for fame and fortune, about his relationship with Taylor. One thing that I was listening to just as I arrived was someone had asked if he felt that gay couples had been, that the pairing of gay couples had been taken seriously by the producers, and he said no, he doesn't think so. He said it's a really touchy topic, but one thing that he mentioned was
that's like a news write-off.
Specifically, was that he said he did it kind of almost to make a joke out of them, or
that's what
paraphrasing. But anyway, he said specifically, he alluded to the fact something about sexual preferences, like they should take more notice of sexual preferences in terms of gay couples, because they do actually ask them about that in their interviews.
Well, and
so
then they disregarded it.
Armed with that information. So, I mean, I guess I'm inferring that perhaps they've deliberately put two people together who don't have the same preferences.
But then they do that with the heterosexual couples as well. But it does.
Do we know that specifically about sex, though?
Not necessarily about sex, but they take something which is a red line for someone, and then they'll contravene it in the interest of making better television.
Anyway, he opened up. He was like, "If you want to know more, hit me in the DMs." So
that's cool. I actually admire the fuck out of him for doing that.
I have to say that I have gained some respect for him for sure. I think when you hear we've said many times on this podcast, when we recap reality TV, we're only presented with the information we're presented with, and that's all we can judge
and
on.
we're talking about the characters portrayed as opposed to real people, and that's obviously hard for them, but that's the only way this can be done. It's the way most people receive it. Yes,
and most people on this earth, even the most violent, I'm not suggesting Samuel Levi, even though his surname is an anagram of vile.
Whoa.
Dun, dun. But anyway, I'm not suggesting he is the most vile in any way, but even the most vile of people or characters on reality TV, when you hear them talking outside of that context, you can usually find something endearing in there.
Yeah, it's rare for you to really just not, to find nothing to like. And
yeah. So hearing him talk was interesting. There was quite a few interesting points in there. He swears black and blue that he did not go in there for fame, and that any new followers that he got from the show were just trolled him, so they were not the kind of followers that you'd want anyway. He would have said while he was during the filming that no one else was on there for the wrong reasons, but Subsequently, he believes that some of them were.
What did he name?
He said just people who think they should have their own TV and radio shows now. And
So
talking about Wayne and Gareth.
I mean, weirdly that they're the sort of the only ones who did find love.
With each other, though. Well, no, you can, Dan. They're still going, aren't they?
I don't know if I think they might be like Lil Michaela style CGI. Unreal. Like I've never seen them,
right?
For example.
Okay.
So
therefore, it's not true.
I'm just saying.
Fair enough. No, that's okay. Sam Levi's also giving away his wedding ring to someone deserving, which.
That's annoying though, like because we're not deserving, but we want his wedding ring.
Well, no, we are deserving. Like as Alex says, we have. We have
a very forlorn museum.
We do. We've got a museum. In fact, there's a very lonely ring in the museum that would love a
partner.
A partner.
Hayden and Samuel's rings
Levi.
Forever together.
So if you're listening, Sam, and I know you are, give us your ring.
Does he?
Don't know.
I don't think he does.
I mean, surely he's got something.
But he's friends with Ben, and Ben's
listens.
probably listening.
But also, do they not alert? Does he not have like some? If we put his name somehow in the write-up, he'll get the Google alert.
You could tag him in the. This is boring.
Okay, sorry about that. Look, Alex has made a note saying that he's going to tackle abortion in his podcast, and she's terrified. Me too. I don't know if that's true. Alex put it in there.
It seems like I
assume look under the line where it says Levi is starting a podcast. Alex has written also going to tackle abortion, and I'm terrified. So I assume she's talking about Samuel Levi was going to, and not that she was planning on doing that. So I'm just
giving
you context.
It's a weird thing, right? Because it doesn't feel like sensible people disagree on abortion in 2019. And it's like if you're going to tackle it, either you're going to just give a consensus opinion that is like long been settled, or you've got a contrary idea, which is where the terror comes from.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Imagine if he goes full King of Sting and he's got like just crazy contradictory opinions, and he's not afraid to.
Well, that's his whole thing at the beginning.
Well, what's the purpose of the podcast? How does he?
So when he was talking at the beginning, and he was talking really fast, it very much sounded like he was reading something he'd written.
Right.
Fair call. You're doing a monopod. It's going to be.
Yeah, but it's not the way I do it.
No,
so,
that's.
I mean, I've never done it, but it's not the way I do it.
No. Anyway, so in that he was like, I'm just going to be presenting my opinions on things. This is my thing. I've got no sponsor. No one's telling me what to say.
It's raw dog.
And I'm kind of like, and he's like, this is totally fine. I'm like, I'm just careful of defamation and that, but that's okay. That's his problem, not mine. So he's just giving his opinion on things, unedited.
Is it chatting? What's the situation? I'll look it up.
It will do because it's new. Because you told me that the algorithm.
Oh, the algorithm loves a new pod.
Loves a new pod. Anyway, moving on. Sam Wallace. Did you read that story about Sam Wallace?
No, I saw the headline though, so that's something.
That's good. Okay, well, that's a good start. More than I'd expect, to be fair, Duncan.
Yeah.
So Spy basically just does lots of stories about anecdotes that radio hosts in the NZME family talk about. So one of the ones was Sam Wallace talking about the birth of his little boy and the fact that his wife was in labour a long time. It was really intense for her. She had 20 hours of contractions, yada, yada, yada.
Sam Levi's not chatting, by the way.
Okay.
Arden Green, number 7. Arden Green.
Okay.
Matilda and Rice as well is in there. She's also number 7.
Okay. Just quickly off topic. If Aunt Matilda have a baby, the names they could come up with, like Forever or Evergreen.
Oh.
Like just checking green on the end. Yeah. Or rice, I like green rice.
Sticky rice.
Sticky green rice. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is bad. It's Alex.
Yeah, I know.
Alex. Anyway, so back to Sam Wallace in the delivery suite. He went into gory detail about the birth, including the smell of flesh, which I don't think is okay.
That he went there?
Well, I don't think it's okay to be. He's kind of making it about him, like, oh, it was super gross for me. Like, Not really about you, mate.
And what was he specifically? I mean, we don't know. Maybe on the radio they were like,
Despite
disregarding your wife's feelings, tell me your story.
I can only go from the information presented in front of me, Duncan, as you know. And it says, despite Sarah doing all the hard work, it turns out it took its toll on Sam too. He went into gory detail about the birth, including the smell of flesh. And between that, watching his partner in distress and lack of food and sleep, well, it didn't end well. I stand up, all I see is blue fuzz. I do a zombie walk with my hands out in front of me, and then a nurse knows exactly what's happening, catches me and lowers me to the ground, grabs my phone and takes a photograph. So he basically had a wee faint, and the nurse took a photo
nurse
of it.
like, he's going to want this for content.
She's a smart nurse. Get her on your team, Sam. Anyway, I don't know. I think it's triggered me because when I was in the delivery suite, Joel got a paper cut.
Did he?
And my sister, who was my support partner, and my midwife were running around looking for a Band-Aid for him. And I was like,
was this a real stonking paper cut?
Fucking serious?
Which birth was this? 1 or 2?
Number 1. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, that's fine.
Joel will do anything for attention.
He is such an attention seeker.
That guy.
Speaking of, Michelle Blanchard, she went live on Instagram. I just said so much of my voice because you've not got anything to say, Duncan.
But that's fine.
Okay.
I love your voice.
All right.
Just get some voice work.
Is anyone out there? Michelle Blanchard, the Real Housewife of New Zealand, still in that same house, by the way, that she tried to sell. So obviously that didn't go well.
They were asking. I mean, that's a very limited market. People can pay like $25 million for a house.
But anyway, I mean, you could knock on their door and get a bargain, I reckon.
I don't.
Like
no,
20 mil? 20 mil?
20 mil, but is that a bargain?
It is if it's worth 25, isn't it?
Where is it?
Coatesville? It's got Coatesville vibes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Rolling hill country.
Anyway, she did this particularly intense Instagram
She goes live for ages, eh?
Long time. There's people partying. Her mum's there, Gilda's there, Anne's there. They're all partying, and a bunch of other, people.
How do we get in that set?
I don't want to be in that set after watching that.
Really?
No.
Just be good to be able to opt in and out, but you kind of can't do that with sets, can you?
Well, we did. We opted in by watching her Instagram live.
Mm.
There's a lot of like posing for camera as if you're taking a photo, but it's Instagram live. Like a lot of holding the camera out, shuffling people in, all putting arms around each other, and then doing duck lips, and kind of just changing your head tilt as if you're taking different angles, and then just back to the action of people standing around a pool. There was a DJ, and she was playing R. Kelly. And Michelle was like, well, it's not, it's the DJ, it's not me. But the DJ is definitely just like her friend behind a computer. It wasn't okay. It just felt real icky.
No.
It was real icky because she acknowledged it. Like, I know this is a bad thing.
But at least she know. I feel like there's probably like not trying to defend. I mean, a DJ's job is to know this kind of thing.
Okay,
right?
but also when I say DJ, literally, there's probably only 25 to 30 people there, and it's just a girl standing behind a desk with a laptop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I say,
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to offend. She went out and got a selfie with her and was draped all over her and was like, it's my girl, bloody She was not like I mean, maybe she was a hired DJ, but she's definitely the kind of DJ you could go, oh shit, no, turn that
Cut it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, no, go ahead, defend R. Kelly.
No. I wasn't going to defend R. Kelly. Although I've listened to a lot of R. Kelly in my life, and I can't pretend otherwise. But the only thing I was going to say is that, like, is there potential for the DJ to be somehow oblivious to events of the last sort of 6-9 months and how all that has played out? Mm-hmm. It's like, for example, my mum and dad probably don't know about what's happened to R. Kelly. They probably don't know who R. Kelly is.
And it would be totally different, except for Michelle was like, probably shouldn't be playing this.
And didn't just sort of give the signal.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
go quickly turn off Insta Live and then come back on after the song was finished even.
Could.
But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the more sensible approach. I just, you get an irrational attachment to someone for how they,
I know.
to some reality.
You don't
and because I interviewed Michelle in the aftermath of that whole thing, I feel very.
Oh, I like her. I just, sometimes good people make bad decisions.
All the time.
And this is a pretty small one.
Exactly.
She isn't R. Kelly. It was just literally there was R. Kelly playing at her party. But did you watch the rest of I didn't watch the whole thing because it was
I didn't watch
very
any
long.
of it.
But there was like, it's just like interesting seeing how the other half live. They have like some gourmet chef types come in and do some fancy blimmin' dessert with dry ice. And like people
That's
are
what
watching.
I mean. Why can't we join that set?
Well, we can do that,
we
can't
could
we?
just
Can we
at least
do
supervise
that?
the music.
Can we hold a party where we get people in who do fancy desserts? There's a dessert bar downstairs. Can we just go downstairs?
We can go
And
downstairs.
just buy a cake and Insta live it.
Definitely.
Okay, all the breakfast and 7 p.m. shows are back. This is Alex's contribution. I haven't watched any of them. Have you?
No, but I have. Oh, no. Yeah, no. No, but I have read Alex's recap. Sorry, I was trying to like figure it out because I feel like I've watched them because I read Alex's recap.
Can you just say something? Because I'm just quickly reading the next story that she's linked in here.
I mean, basically, the thing that seems to be emerging is like real, which was already there to an extent, but I think they're leaning into it. If I can go all sort of media theorist on you for a minute, and you're not going to stop me because you're reading, is that they're going for true product differentiation between the AM show and breakfast. So breakfast is sort of the liberal, nice, friendly wellness kind of start to your day. But whereas the AM show is, like it went in on, it sort of started bashing beneficiaries. It feels like Duncan Garner, who was previously cast as a kind of middle New Zealand mediator between Amanda Gillies, who sort of tempered his excesses and was a kind of a bit of a foil for Mark, and Mark is this sort of raging kind of Kiwi bloke right-wing guy. Now I feel like they're trying to go, no, what we need to do is if you're a liberal listener of radio, which the AM show is mainly about that, then you're listening to Radio New Zealand, and we're actually Magic Talk now is properly going to compete with ZB, because they've got Sean Plunkett and all these kind of drongos, and they're sensing weakness because Layden Smith's gone, Jesus, what am I doing here?
I don't know, but
this is my shit, is watching like big media companies brawl with each other, and I think you're going to see more of the AM show getting kind of nasty, and maybe it'll work.
And that's
sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
So sorry. That's what a monopod would be. A disaster.
This is why I get self-conscious when I hear my own voice talking for a long time.
Because it's just horrible.
It's not. It just feels narcissistic and yuck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That's very recent past for me. Being described as narcissistic and yuck.
My turn though.
Yeah.
Because
maybe you just don't like. Yeah.
What?
My voice.
No.
Maybe you just.
No. I'm saying.
Hate me.
No, I'm talking about how you feel.
Soul.
Duncan, how you feel about hearing your own voice is like just before when I was talking about me talking too much. Same.
I know. That's true.
We're on the same page here. Okay, so Alex has put a story into the doc. That was very long. Like I tried to skim read it while you were talking. It was all very confusing. But there's a. Did you know there's a republic in New Zealand? Is it really a republic?
This little town.
This little town.
Is it Whangamamona?
Yeah. It's
I read about that.
It's got 12 citizens on State Highway 43. It's east of Stratford. Is it really a republic? Is that a thing?
No. It's like just to clear. It's like a cute little touristy thing.
Okay.
But it's very sweet.
Okay. So they've just re-elected a president. It's a laugh most of the time, nothing serious. The main job is judging the school's Pets Day. But old mate, what's his name? Someone hula-hee. His candidates include a cockatoo, a stuffed teddy bear, and a sheep that's gone missing. And also, it appears someone who dresses up as Mrs. Brown of Mrs. Brown's Boys. And this is quite, I mean, if you're talking about a community of 12, this is a very diverse community.
Well, I think with the cockatoo and the missing sheep, I think I think there's a big diaspora. So they come back for this day, which has like 400 people.
Right.
A lot of tourists get through it. That's the main thing. It's been a real economic driver for Whangamamona.
Okay, so, gotcha. Anyway, it's a very long story.
It is.
For a community that's only really got 12 people in it. It's great. Anyway, that's what I just spent the last 12 minutes doing, reading that story. Which way do you draw your eggs?
I haven't done it.
Okay, so is this a thing?
Yeah.
What is it? So get on the microphone. Get on the. You need to be loud. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
That's better.
Is it the one with the numbers and the arrows?
It just literally says, which way do you draw your X
The thing
in our sheet?
No, like so it was like a new blue dress kind of situation. I just couldn't find it interesting. Like the other ones have been quite exciting because they're like, oh, optical illusion. But who gives a shit how you do your X?
Just how you do it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do 8. That's what I do. So you start in the right-hand corner and you go down to the left.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. That's what I do.
Absolutely not. That's
and then
wrong.
you start, and then you go to the left top corner, and then you go down to the right.
Start at the
bottom left.
top right to bottom left.
Bottom left, top left.
Bottom and then top left to bottom right.
That's good
Yes.
audio.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So what's the issue?
But that's the thing. Like, it doesn't seem to
well.
matter. It's not like the toilet paper where the front is the right way and the back is the wrong way. It's just sort of they're all, as long as an X is the result, then they're fine.
The process. Didn't you ever? What is it? Show your. Show your answers.
I think
So you're working?
it's become big just because people
Show
are
your answer.
chatting about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So it's boring.
It is. It's like for
Come
a
on,
hot
it's
second.
no Laurel Yanny and it's no blue dress.
No,
blue dress,
absolutely
white
not.
dress. Okay, moving on then. Moving on. That gap was too much. I'm sorry.
You're gonna get it.
I am
really gonna try and
disgusted
get it.
at how much you have copied my husband.
Duncan Grieve, do you know anything about the world's first Zomcom reality show? No. Did you watch The Bachelor US, Yummy Mummies or Casketeers this week? Okay. It's a monopod. Strapping for a monopod. Featuring me. But you can ask questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. Do you have any to start with?
What's your favourite out of them?
Well, only one of these existed.
What do you think it will be your favourite?
That's for Jane, isn't it?
What? Oh, me.
Oh, my
Sorry.
gosh.
What do I think will be my favourite? I'm watching. For The Bachelor. The Bachelor. I like the girl who went on a single date this week with the red hair.
Are you watching it?
Have you watched it?
But you wanted questions, man. Come on.
Oh,
What? Tell me about Yummy Mummies. I like the name
Look.
because it rhymes.
I need to get the zombie reality TV show off because I don't know.
This is cracking.
I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about it, but I know Alex is all over this.
Is this the one that's...
I'm pretending it doesn't exist.
Is it Spookers related?
TVNZ is searching for contestants to take part in the world's first horror Zomcom reality show, billed as Spookers Meet Survivor. I'm sure we talked about this last week. Sure we did.
Maybe you should remove it from the doc.
Zombody Save Us promises the challenge of a lifetime. The chance for participants to win, how much?
10?
10.
Yeah.
$10,000.
That's the number.
Oh, and it's scheduled to air where?
TVNZ on demand.
Yes, that's correct. Those interested and over 18 years old are advised to reflect on whether or not they think they have what it takes to survive the scariest, most terrifying ordeal ever created.
Zombie Tina.
Oh my gosh.
Do it. Do it for the pod. Do it for the corner.
So, filming's due to take place in Auckland from March 4th to 8th. It's a 4-day shoot. That
4-day
is amazing.
shoot. Man, that is a low effort show. But it's kind of like they're piloting all
I mean,
of these.
100% Alex should be in this.
Yeah.
100%.
And Tina.
She loves the scary thing. We won't do a pod between those days. And you'll be fine because I'm sure you've got nothing else going on in your life. Great. Okay.
Leave granted.
In the very least, can some cornies get amongst that?
It's 4 days.
It's only 4
very
days.
accessible. Or was it 5 days? Because of the way that the day and then you carry the...
Carry the two.
I think it might be 5
Show you working?
days.
Show your answers.
Okay, so that's happening. Exciting. The Bachelor US. Right, started off this week, so we were after Colton's heart,
Yeah.
Rose and Ring.
Totally.
And the group date this week was a weird pirate fight situation. So it's like some sort of...
Is this the season where the girl affected an Australian accent?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was good.
That,
I know
but that was
something.
in isolation. Like, she did that and then
Just never did
it's
it
never
again.
been referenced again. Like, he didn't reference the fact that I think maybe, I don't
You'd
know.
forget, man. It's like 100 girls
Yeah, it's
coming
true.
down.
Okay. So,
Give Colton a break, all right? Stop ragging on the poor guy.
so they have one of those weird American situations where there's an amphitheater type thing into the center. There's a pirate ship, and I don't know, people go and eat dinner and watch people mock pirate fight or something.
Fuck, America's got so much cool stuff.
Got a lot to answer
Well, we have one of those.
Anyway, and then so the girls obviously had to fight, and then the final two, went off against each other, and one
Was it a real
alone time
fight, or was it like...
it's like jousting sticks on a that kind of.
Did they get into it?
Yeah, the thing is that you get knocked out so quick. So they have the big finale with the last two, and everyone's like, go, go, go. Oh, it's over. Yeah. Anyway, so a girl called Kaylin won. She reminds me a lot of Brit from a few seasons ago. Anyone who knows will know. And and there's this whole tension throughout this episode between Kaylin and another girl called Hannah, who both did pageants together.
Oh.
And they hate each other.
I
Something
love
soured
this.
out. And so they're both doing this thing where they're like catching up with Colton and like banging each other out and saying she's deceptive and toxic and manipulative, and the other one's going, no, she's deceptive and toxic and manipulative.
This is great casting.
And he's kept them both on, so we'll see what happens there. He's kissed the pair of them. Then he
Kissy Colton.
oh, is that an earthquake? No. Then there's this character, Demi, who's incredible. She's 23. She pictures quite a lot younger than that, and she's constantly going on about the older women who are cougars.
How old are the
They're like 30,
26?
31.
Right.
Colton's 26. So, fair play.
No, really?
It's the age
Is it
difference
fair
between
play?
Joel and I.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm
you
definitely
always
a cougar. I'm
considered
100%
yourself
a cougar.
a coug.
Yeah. Grand cougar. But anyway, it's just like she says things. She's so out there. She's like, if I was an older woman and surrounded by younger girls, I would feel stink. But she's not saying that to camera. She's saying that to the older woman.
I love
She's actually
it.
like, I can't believe you're not feeling threatened right now. And she's like, and we're all beautiful.
The young ones.
Yeah.
And they're just sort of withered, like 30.
Yeah, it's incredible. She's great talent. I love it.
Oh.
And of course, she's also quite, into like she wants to pop his cherry. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
He's...
That's the whole thing.
What?
That's the thing. They spent the whole first 2 episodes talking about nothing else and like making dates around the fact that he was a virgin.
Amazing.
Yeah. Everyone's keen to get on there. Anyway, then he has a single date with Elise, who's one of the oldies, at a carnival. It's like a kids' carnival. He spends a lot of time talking about how he's a kids' charity ambassador. She then does the same. They bond over that, have a kiss, yada yada. And then they're off on another group date. This is like ultimate fitness stuff. They're like turning over tires, pulling.
Cool.
One girl pulled a limo. I don't believe it to be true.
No, I reckon you can do that.
They faked shit. Well, the
Was she
really
like a
fit.
strong-looking lady? Like an old, strong,
the really
old
fit.
lady.
The really fit.
30.
The really fit, strong girl couldn't do it, and then the next girl came along, and she was kind of like, and, she was able to do it. And I think what happened there was like that classic case of someone loosening the lid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the strong girl just got over that rock, and then she was able to carry on. It was weird. The whole thing was weird, but good. Then he has some one-on-one time with one of the girls who talks about, like, everyone's got a story, like I lost my sister, or like this traumatic thing happened to me. No, like proper.
No.
Everyone's got a story.
Yeah.
And to open up with, because they're always about opening up. And so,
what would your story be?
My story, probably my depression. I'd probably use that.
Okay.
Yeah, parents fighting a lot when I was young. Like having that unstable growing up environment. Anything else?
This is good.
I've got lots. I've got quite a bit.
Good.
We should do a mock.
We should.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's trying to get her to open up, and in her, like, in the moment interviews, she's going, I don't have a story. Nothing traumatic happened to me in my childhood. And then he was like, well, what do you like to do? And she goes, oh, I mean, I like to go out and hang out with my friends, so I'm happy to open up about that.
Fuck, that's so cool.
And then he gets rid of her. He's just
Really?
like, not
Just
yet,
drops
not
her?
even from the group date. He's like, there's no connect here.
Really?
Yeah. If you don't have a traumatic past, I don't want to know.
I mean, she should just be like the Australian accent lady and just make that shit up.
Make it up, or just say, look, honestly, I've had a really blessed and privileged life, and I'm really, really grateful. But if there is anything you want to know, I'm an open book. Like, do something like that,
Or just turn it back on him, like try and get some good stuff. Yeah.
right? So if you need me for any copy work as well, or as a reality TV plant,
Dana's so for hire right
come on,
now.
I'm so for hire. Anyway, the weirdest thing, I'm wrapping it up now. Two girls went home. I can't even tell you who they were. The weirdest thing about the whole show was at the end, they did this jokes, when the credits are rolling, this joke thing about all these little girls who are at the carnival coming up. One of them comes up and steals time with Colton, does the interrupt,
yeah.
So Elise is sitting there and she comes up, she's like, can I interrupt? And then Elise sort of like goes off. The whole thing's obviously acted out. And then little girl after little girl comes up and it gets icky because every time one sits down, he's like, oh, hi, so tell me about yourself and all this. And then it just was weird. And the next girl would come along and interrupt and then he'd be like, I had a good time with you. And it's just like, it just didn't work.
The whole premise is
it was so
not
bad.
compatible.
No.
with-
And I'm not sure, I can see how maybe the concept seemed funny at the time, but then
You could have
when
one little interrupt, but don't
Or-
just play out the whole premise.
But when you get it into edit and you see he's like, I had a good
Yeah,
time with you.
it's
Hey,
too
tell me about
judgment.
yourself. Just go, oh, no, it actually doesn't quite work like we thought. It's not that. But no, they did. Anyway. Yummy Mummies is a TV show on Netflix
now we're talking.
that was recommended by none other than Wayne
I
Lewis
know.
in our Real Pod Corner. He recommends shows at a rate.
He really does.
It's
He
far
gets
too
through
many.
shit. But I'm into it, though.
Is it his job just to watch reality TV? Because he watches a lot. Anyway, this one caught my attention. Yummy Mummies is an Australian show on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's basically Real Housewives, pregnant Real Housewives.
Pregnant. First
Very
child,
pregnant.
or are they other little...
One of them had one already. But it's this mob of three Melbourne mums who started.
So they're pre-friends.
They're are they though? Who knows? Sometimes
Right.
they put these people together.
Does it vibe like they're pre-friends?
I
Chemistry?
hadn't really questioned it till now, so yes. They had an Instagram page which was clearly just made for the purpose of the show called Yummy Mummies of Melbourne. And then there's this other amazing character in Adelaide who is just next level. She's Versace everything. Tacky as all hell, but rich as all hell. Her parents pay for everything. She wanted to throw the biggest baby shower in Adelaide, so she invited the Yummy Mummies from Melbourne. And so there's this, the tension between the two
Factions.
regions.
Yeah.
And then one of the Melbourne woman is inviting her back. And where I'm up to at the moment, she's in a I don't want to give anything away, but she's staying at the Palazzo Versace or something on the Gold Coast with her husband having a baby moon. Everything in the room.
What's a
is
baby
Versace.
moon?
Do you know what a baby moon is? No. It's like your last little holiday you have before the baby comes.
But you're pregnant.
Yeah.
But how do you get there?
What do you mean? You
a
drive or you
honeymoon,
fly or
No, but third trimester, or is that just domestic?
You just need clearance. It's domestic, but you
Okay.
just need
I
a
don't really
clearance from
understand
you.
it.
No, you don't need to because you're not a woman, so you just can file that away in the don't need to know pile.
Do you want to know what Nikki's births were like for me at all?
Not remotely interested.
Baby moon. Why wouldn't you just have a staycation baby moon? Because it's so annoying moving when you're a pregnant lady.
Is it,
in my
Duncan?
experience. Wouldn't you just want to just,
I reckon you should just
because
put down the shovel.
no,
Okay, carry on. Keep digging.
I'm a father of three.
But you're not.
I'm not aware of what
not,
pregnancy is like.
Okay, yeah.
For a couple.
Okay.
Don't you reckon?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Because you're
everyone's
right.
different.
Traveling with a baby is the worst fucking thing.
We went on our baby moon. Joel and I did a baby moon.
So
with
you did
Victor.
one?
Yep. And we drove 5 hours north to Doubtless Bay.
Was it good?
I think I drove most of the way. It was great.
Right.
It was amazing.
Okay.
So
People are different, as Florida Georgia Line are currently singing.
Your
in their Smash It single, People are different.
Your pregnancy different to mine. You know, your inability to move around doesn't compare with mine.
I don't really have an ability to move around full stop.
Neither. You should see my toe at the moment, and my shins are sore too.
Go on then.
Anyway, no, it's all bandaged up.
Okay.
Story for another day. Anyway, Yummy Mummies, highly recommend. It's very easy background watching. It's very digestible. And it.
How many apps?
Oh, no, I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just like
Cool, cool. Bring
I'm
all the
playing it fast and
information.
loose. I'm
Thanks.
just I'm in like 3 episodes in myself.
Okay.
I could assume it's like 6. It feels like a 6.
A sixer. All right.
Okay, Casketeers. You haven't watched this yet?
No, but I'm a big fan.
You know that. Did you listen to our podcast last week? You were on it.
I know, but like I've been proper away. Like,
I should
as
tell
in I've
you.
got no
Okay,
data
no, that's
kind
fine.
of away.
I should tell you though that Francis he no longer has a leaf blower.
Isn't that like a massive spoiler?
Yeah. Well, it's the very first scene in the first episode.
But he's
which came out
got.
last week.
Oh no, I've seen that. I've seen the first scene.
Okay.
I saw the first scene 6 months ago because
okay.
the producer of it, the exec producer,
right, that's
showed
fine.
me just because
Okay.
connected, and I'm in the media, so
Yeah, okay.
just so you know.
How's your pregnancy going? Okay, so you know that he's now got a vacuum cleaner. Outdoor
It's
vac.
fucking crazy. That
So
thing.
cool.
I'm so happy for him.
He's smashing down walls this week, smashing down, they're renovating. And, I mean, there's nothing, it's hard to even say.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just watch the
Just watch it.
Casketeers.
My favourite line of the show, I know deep down in my heart we wouldn't be here without budgets. Because his wife was doing, he went out to buy some new office furniture for the renovated area and he went over budget. And he was getting frustrated with her kind of, coming down on the budget, and she gets frustrated with him going over it. And then he's like, I know deep down in my heart we wouldn't be here without. And you think he's going to say her name, but then he says budgets, and it's just magic.
It's true though. Like that tension
true.
is so important
Yep.
to a business. I'm definitely the Francis. I'm the bad one.
There's a suicide death in the show this week, which I found quite confronting. And not it wasn't handled badly or anything, but I was a little surprised there wasn't a warning at the top. And I don't know if is that a thing that is only done on like free to air television, or because it's not the first time I've noticed.
I don't think it's a.
It's not a requirement, obviously.
No, but it is. It does tend to be.
Hang on, it is free to air, isn't it?
It is free to air. They often do it at the end. Have you finished the episode, or did you watch the credits?
Yes, I did watch the credits. No, they often do it like if you need to talk to someone.
Yeah, but they also this
Quite
discusses.
often at the beginning they'll say, yeah, like the the episode.
It does sound like an oversight.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or it might just be that there was a file for television, a file that went online, and there was some sort of mishap.
It certainly wasn't a focus. It's not like it was a narrative.
Yeah.
It literally just was this is how this person passed, and it's and it's. They find it really sad as funeral directors. They find that really, really hard to work with. And so that was kind of...
That's part of the power of the show, though, is it shows the different way that people...
Yes, absolutely. What I found really hard was the crying of the family members. That was hard. That was hard to watch. So if that's something that, you think would upset you, maybe give this week's a miss. He's also going around decorating people's desks with trolls.
Troll dolls.
Just trying. No, not troll dolls. More like little, if you can
He's
think of like
trolling
almost
them.
like little, statues.
But not with the hair.
No, they're
I
like.
love them.
No,
Do
no.
they still exist?
Yeah.
Can we get
Oh yeah,
I think
because
they revived quite recently.
There was a movie just a couple of years ago.
That's right. It had that "Can't Stop the Feeling,"
Yeah.
that Justin Timberlake song, which
Oh.
I didn't like it either when it first came out,
Until
but it
now.
kind of grew on me because kids listen to it a lot.
Went off at my twins'
It did.
disco.
That might have been when
Disco
we got into it.
But
Yeah.
do they look like the old school trolls?
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Really?
Big hair. Yeah. It's just a great format, the troll.
Yeah, it really is. But unfortunately the name's got a bad name now.
Yeah,
hasn't
it's
it?
been co-opted by the troll.
By the keyboard warriors. But then the original keyboard warriors wouldn't be happy about us saying that either, so would they?
No. All right.
The best bit is
This is great.
5 out of 5
Killed
for
it.
me.
It's the nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review. It's time for the real review. I'm
Thought it would never
going
happen.
to video this because.
Okay.
Are you going to do a whole piece?
I'm going to do like 3 pieces.
Are you serious?
I'm down for whatever. I want to make some content.
This is the content.
Oh, fuck. That looks like fucking turd.
Hang on. This is no. You don't eat it yet. If you're
But it's all over my hand.
no, but if you're planning on eating 3 pizzas,
How's it so molten? It's
can I
been
just say,
sitting
if you're
there.
planning on eating 3 pizzas, you got to eat the 3 pieces. You can't lick hand first and then change your mind.
Okay.
Are you really going to eat 3 pieces?
Yep.
It's completely
They're
melted.
completely melted. How
like-
did that happen?
I think I need to get some milk.
No.
You're definitely going to need some milk.
No.
Maybe a bucket.
No. This is just
You
chocolate.
don't eat
It's just
3
delicious chocolate.
Oh, don't.
Oh, Duncan, this is so bad. Oh, my God. Get some milk and some ice cream. Tina, quickly. In a bucket. Okay, he's at the stage that I remember being at where it's like it tastes like chocolate. And then it's going to hit soon. Can you lick your fingers? There's plenty more on your fingers. Oh, no.
It's quite hot.
Isn't water the worst thing for it?
I don't want to lick my fingers.
Don't-
But I feel like I've had worse.
Yeah, okay.
I've eaten whole chilies for bit of effect before.
But it's like, this is something, right? It's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
It's got, your hands are starting to shake a little.
That's quite normal. Okay, so that's
Can you continue on doing a podcast?
yeah, I think so. Ooh, yep.
Shall I just keep going, or
Yeah.
do we might need to edit?
No, but it's right. So what's the deal with it? Tell me about it.
Okay, so it's we did it. Someone ordered it. Someone in the office ordered it. It's instant regret chili chocolate, supremely hot. And we read out the warning last week, and we'll do it again. This bar contains absurdly high amounts of chili, is likely to cause a horrendous burning sensation. It really is supremely hot. Do not put it in direct contact with eyes or sensitive organs, like maybe your mouth. If pain persists, bathe the entire body in fresh goat's milk and cry. Okay, he's sweating. He can't talk. His eyes are watering. He's drinking water, which is the wrong thing to do. Drink the milk. Eat the ice cream.
Eat the ice cream.
The ice cream will help.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
He's fine.
I'll have a little milk. I'll
Okay.
take a little milk.
Do you think you're going to spew?
No, fuck
Okay.
no.
What I want to know with chili stuff, because I
Thanks.
don't eat chili
Thanks, Tina.
because of what's happening to you. What I want to know with chili stuff is does it really matter how much you ingest?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. Because isn't it just when it's in your mouth that it's,
No, it's
No.
It stays around.
is it going down your, like, is it burning down your throat?
No, like I think when it gets down there,
It gets sorted out. Okay. Are you okay to go on?
I'm like surprised that that's as hard out as it is. Because most of those things are all talk.
Yeah. No, do you know about the Scoville scale?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is 6.4 million Scovilles.
I mean, it seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we said that last week. We don't really know what that means in relation
So what
to
did you
anything.
guys do? Like, was it all right? Do you like it?
I had like that much.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Me and Mad had a piece.
His eyes are watering, like tears. Okay, there's
Tears of
one
joy.
literally streaming down your...
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording now.
Yeah. Just give me my dignity. Just cleaning up. It was a bit.
He's trying to busy himself. He's like to distract from the pain. Oh, Duncan.
Thanks to the milk, Tina.
We did try to warn you. We did try to warn you. Okay. Speaking of, what do you give it out of? I don't know.
I mean, it's a 5.
Instant regret?
No, I quite like. I'm kind of masochistic with chili type.
It's very effective, right?
I underestimated it, if I'm honest.
Okay, because when I did it, I think I gave it like, in terms of its effectiveness in burning the shit out of your mouth, it was like excellent, did a great job. But in terms of like an enjoyable experience, not very.
No one's going to like that.
No. Well,
I wonder
Alex has
about-
got some weird addiction to chili now. She's kind of all in.
I love chili stuff.
Yeah. She's all in on the high, like the,
Chili high.
Yeah.
Like I love chili beer, like when it's really hot. It's super yum.
Okay, I'll just do I'll just do this.
I want to blow my nose.
Colin's
I'm
Granny.
going to come back.
Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Granny.
Colin's Cranny.
As we know, Alex Casey is the doyen of Colin's Cranny. So, look, it's a pretty weak offering from me this week in Alex's absence. But all I could find People laughing at you out there, Duncan?
Oh, poor
Oh, dear. You did bring it on yourself. I mean, I was going to suggest half a piece would be. You were. Colin sent a tweet out to Whitaker's NZ saying, I'm off to a reunion and former international model / Miss India in 1992. Just asked for chocolate from New Zealand. And then he's posted a follow-up photo saying, sadly, one was mauled by me. It's too good not to share with my ego. Which is just a great piece of prose. It's hard to... Colombian mango?
Is that Whitaker's flavour?
Yeah.
Fuck, that sounds yum.
It's just really hard to read because he's taken a completely blurry photo of the chocolate and its packaging. Wow, your eyes just bugged out of your head so far. I've never seen anything like it. Is it still coming?
Yeah, she's hanging around.
Get some ice cream. We did ice cream last week. It was a dream, I tell you.
Okay.
That's like the chilli ice cream. It's not got chilli in it, don't worry. So that's Colin's Cranny this week. Very sad state of affairs.
I've got a little bit of extra info.
Oh, yeah?
So Jihi wrote a story for us this week about a survey of like influencers to sort of rank them based on how influential they were. Now, admittedly, the way that they decided your influence was essentially your ratio of followers to engagements, which I think is probably flawed.
It's definitely flawed. You need to have actual conversion, I guess.
Well, I think you need to have multiple things, but it's a single scale thing. Setting aside the flaws, it was interesting. Colin was in the bottom 5 of the 40 New Zealanders based on ratio.
Right.
And I think frequency of post is definitely like a factor in it, and how much sponsored material you do.
Yes.
So it's obviously and you'd be well qualified to talk on this, but it was really interesting. I think Jihi wrote it very well. She kind of caveated it, and there was no meanness in it, but it was interesting. KJ Apa, because KJ Apa is just full thirst traps.
Yeah.
And of course you're getting the engagement there.
Yes. And also a large amount of his audience are right in a very engaging. Like, I'm a kind of a lurker.
Yeah.
I do stuff on social media, but I lurk on other people's accounts. I don't necessarily engage a lot, but I'm there. And I feel like that's probably a lot more of Colin's audience of people who are certainly influenced by the great man, but just aren't being very vocal about it.
I think that's true. And I also think that he is a physical influencer. Like, he has a gravity to him. So when he turns up somewhere, it means it's an event.
The man at Aladdin was like, I mean, you know what a spectacle Aladdin is as a show, and then Colin walks past and I'm in awe, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I've just seen like the most glittery, sparkly Swarovski crystal show you've ever seen in your life,
He glows.
He just glides along
It's
and
got
glows.
a natural
And
glow.
I did this cool for our Insta. I did a pan of the after party room. And, you know, all the celebrities you could possibly think of in New Zealand are there. And as I'm panning round, I'm atop the stairs, so I've got kind of like an aerial view. And there's Colin, like he stands out. And I zoom in and he's just having a wee feast of whatever it was he was eating. And
Probably cheesy bread
it's like,
bought from home.
yeah, lucky.
It's not out there yet, by the way.
Is it not? Damn. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with playing the Keeping Up with the that one, because
Are they still on holiday? They're
certainly on holiday from us. There's nothing going on Instagram. They've taken permanent leave from us after blocking us all.
That block. I still don't think I've dealt with it.
Well, I have, because the thing is, you know, it's very easy to still see the content that they're putting up.
I know,
so it's
but
really
it's
just
a symbolism.
It's a personal slight, but you know, if they were producing lots of interesting content, I feel like I'm missing out, but they basically posted one photo since then.
One of my goals for 2019 is to interview Mike Hosking.
Okay.
It's been one of my goals for a long time, but I want to put effort in.
When that happens, do you reckon unblock? Do you reckon
No, I think, I'm not saying it'll be a hostile interview, because I'm just super curious about him. I think it's almost like incumbent upon you as a person of his immense profile who gives opinions on so many things and interrogates so many people, and we value that on some level as a society, to submit to interrogation yourself periodically.
Absolutely.
And I think he's overdue. I'm just going to give it a crack.
Yep. Okay.
You know, that's my splits.
Okay.
Last year went great.
I'm just going to try and fit into my wedding dress next month. That's my juggling, my 5-ball juggling. I think this might be harder. I think I've really set myself up for a challenge.
I'm so excited about your wedding. I haven't been to a
Cool.
wedding in so long.
It's gonna be a
It's
good
so
time.
great.
Okay, this is quick. Keep talking.
Are you going to give away any tickets to your wedding on in the corner? Shit, he's still got it.
Do you think reality stars eat for free at Oyster and Shop?
Give it a crack. I'm feeling a bit
It's
nauseous
the
now.
spotlight on Lightbox.
When do I get to eat my cheesecake, by the way?
I have vomit phobia, so if you're going to be sick, you need to get out of this room right now. Like, you need to get out of this room right now, and it's not even a joke. Get out of the room.
I'm fine.
Oh my god.
You're making me all sweaty now.
No, you need to get. This is a
No,
hot.
it's fine. It's fine.
It's not very hot in here today. Have we got the air conditioning on? What's going on?
Yeah, we do.
It's amazing. Oh my god, go.
No,
go.
I'm fine.
Go.
I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine.
Wigging me out.
You're not fine.
I'm
You keep
fine.
pushing your chair out and like poising yourself to take your headphones off and then coming back in. And
I'm
I feel
fast
like
mover.
I'm scared of a surprise spew.
I'm fine.
Alright. Okay, anyway, back to Lightbox. I'm sure they'll be very pleased with this this material. What's your spotlight on Lightbox this week, Doug?
I've got 4.
Okay. Okay, selfish.
So this one, I actually watched this last year, but it feels very relevant to this week with the kind of Roastbusters revival that's been going on, somewhat, well, entirely unnecessarily. It's a show called Three Girls. It's about, content, trigger warning for the show, and if you're talking, it's very much... Yeah, like it's very relevant to, and it's not an entirely dissimilar case to Roastbusters. It was basically 3 women who were sort of repeatedly raped by a group of people who had sort of groomed them in Rochdale in England. It is incredibly harrowing. It is extraordinarily well acted and written. It's ultra realist, BBC production. It rated incredibly well. It won a ton of awards. It is super hard to watch. Like, I was watching it in chunks because it just gets you. But it's some of the most impactful television I've ever seen. And I think because it's such an uncomfortable thing, and because no one is going to go out of their way to do that, we have a million shows about murder because everyone likes a grisly crime. This just is not... You don't get any of that kind of thrill, but you do have the sense of understanding something in a way that only a really great sort of film or television can. So, yeah, it's not a fun watch or an easy watch by any means, but it is just an extraordinary piece of work. So, yes, can't recommend Three Girls highly enough. Though obviously, make sure that you're in a particular mind frame and walk in prepared to it.
Maybe anyone who's feeling any iota of sympathy for what the poor Roastbusters have been through.
Watch this.
Could do with watching this, yeah.
Big time.
It's a 3-part series, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just unbelievably well made.
It's interesting. It just brings up an interesting point with internet television for me. Is that I've seen the image on my Lightbox of 3 girls and gone, oh, that looks like a good Skins type thing, because you don't get any information based on thumbnails.
It is,
and it makes it really hard. So that's why that's why this segment's quite good, because it actually, it kind of distills some of that, just endless scrolling of that. Doesn't look like that's for me. Or
totally, it's such a limited amount of information, an image and a title and a typeface. Also finishing The Americans, which I somehow fell off, but is just an unbelievably good sort of thriller, drama, family show set in. Have you watched The Americans?
Well, I watched it. It's been out for years, hasn't it? And I watched the first few episodes way back. Because I really love, because it's old mate from Felicity, isn't it?
It is.
And then the guy who was in Brothers and Sisters. I loved Brothers and Sisters back in the day. I couldn't quite reconcile his new character with
quite different.
The character I'd grown to love.
They're both quite different.
Yeah. So I kind of fell off the wagon a bit. But when I've got quite a list to get through, but I'll pop it on the list.
It's a perfect show. It's unbelievably well written, and the fact that it manages to be like super intense kind of action thriller and one of the best and most authentic portrayals of sort of family life and what it's like to raise children and to have your adult world and their world and how those things start intersecting when they're teenagers. It's so smart. It's so cool. And also over Christmas watched all the Office Christmas Office Christmas specials, the American Office. It was an absolute delight. So that's me. I've been
That's
watching
3,
all the
isn't
light
it? You said you had 4.
Oh yeah, and The Press, which I haven't watched a single frame of, but everyone is saying it's incredible.
I've watched the first episode. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I haven't managed to get into the next episode just because of time constraints, but it is good.
Yeah,
it's one I want to kind of like give my. I do a lot of my TV watching because I'm in wedding prep. It's like me sitting in front of the laptop, tapping away, like emailing people and so on, and then the TV in the background, which is perfect for yummy mummies.
Yeah,
but not so good for the press because I want to actually focus on that one. So,
what you been watching?
Well, that one episode of The Press, but also there again. It's not actually on Lightbox yet, but it starts next week. 3 episodes are dropping on Wednesday next week of Mariah's World. So highly relevant to this podcast. It's a reality TV show of Mariah Carey's. I remember seeing, because it came out in 2016, I remember seeing like a few minutes of it back then, and it's...
Is it proper batshit?
It's just, yeah, I mean, she lives in a different world, like an entirely different world.
So I've got an anecdote.
Yeah.
About a mutual friend of ours.
Is this a massage?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this too.
So a mutual friend of ours, Fiona, was a masseuse living in New York and got a call about a sort of a celebrity client. I don't think they said who it was. She just had to go to an address. She went there and it's Mariah freaking Carey, like maybe 10, 12 years ago. And there was like this hardcore set of rules.
She couldn't talk to her.
Couldn't talk to her.
Was it like
look at her?
Was it like an 8-hour massage?
That was the main thing. That was just basically you just had to go until she told you to stop. And that just seems insane to me.
So she did it for 8 hours, or was it
No, I think she
prescribed?
did it for like 4 hours.
Okay.
Something like that, but she just basically was dismissed kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to watch this show, because love Mariah, love her music, but the life she must lead.
Yeah, she leads a life. And I just think that I think she's onto something though, because I love a massage. But there's that anxiety you get when you're like, am I halfway through? Have I got, so what, the amount that's already been is probably what I've got left. Oh, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for it to end. Are they wrapping up now? They're wrapping up. Like, I spend so much time during a massage thinking about the duration of the massage. Yeah.
Because I'm like into it.
You fall asleep?
I do fall asleep.
I've done that once or twice.
But I also kind of, when it's done, I'm probably spend the last 15 minutes going, I could stand for this.
No, I don't. I'm the opposite. Even a 90-minute, I'm like, there's part of me that's like, okay, I'm hungry. That's usually an overriding feeling. Well, I need to go for a wee. But 90% of it is, oh God, it's going to come to an end soon, isn't it? And then that kind of that, I don't know, I get cross with myself when it does nearly come to an end. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe half an hour ago I thought it was nearly coming to an end and I didn't just relax and enjoy it. So it's quite like...
Head game.
It's a real head game for me. So I understand why Mariah's just been like, just don't talk to me. I'm a lie here and you're going to massage me until I say we're done. I get where she's coming. She's clearly got the same anxiety about massages that I do and a lot more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. What are you, Tina? What's your policy?
I'm just there for the ride. When it's done, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Could go for another one. But.
Our friend Chris Henry, who I have to apologise for because we've done like lots of jokes about him being the serial pool pooper, and he obviously is not. And I think it's funny. It's probably not funny to him anymore. So I'm going to stop drawing poo emojis on his Instagram post whenever he's at the pool now.
That's so good.
It's kind of bullying. But anyway, apologies to Chris. But he goes into, I don't know if he probably doesn't want to share this either, but he goes into the mall massage place every now and again. It's like, it's just great for a little neck massage.
Like the people one or the chair? The vibrating chair?
The people one.
Have you ever done the vibrating chair?
No, I'm scared that I'm going to walk out having purchased a vibrating chair if I do that. So I don't dare.
They look pretty cool.
You could sell anything to me.
I like, because basically I feel like I buy things to sit on based on how they look more than how fun they are to sit on.
Yeah.
I'd really like to have like a secret room in my house that had like one of those like full on lazy, like electric lazy boys with like fucking everything, like all the extras, like a $30,000 ugly as shit couch.
Do you remember when we went to
Really cool.
the Isle of Dogs preview thing?
I do.
And they had those awesome seats in that theatre that just lay back, and I want that for my home.
Yeah. That I just want that. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, and if it can be incorporated into a theatre situation in your house, all the better, right?
That's right.
Just call me Mariah. Okay. Again, it just keeps going out of my app. It's this one.
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you. Like and subscribe.
Max has got How Do You Write the Letter X in his story. I'm watching it. This is a live. Okay, came home to Cuddles from Cairo the Popsky, so he's still around. Okay, I lied. I'm actually a 6. This is how I do it. Okay, so he's just now. No, he's drawing more X's now, and he's writing his name. Oh, it's got an X in his name. It's got an X in his name, so it's highly relevant to him. Okay, John Key. He does this. All right. Okay. Can you hear that? By the way.
Yeah.
And Brona, what's she gonna do? Okay, they're on an envelope. They're all just drawing. They're drawing X's. That's happening on Max's story at the minute. By the time you listen to this, it probably won't be. It's good he hasn't posted anything on Instagram. There's no news, so I just watched his story live on the pod. Thought that would be what we do.
That's fine.
Is that
That's
okay?
good. Do you think it's cool that he still leverages his dad, even though his dad's no longer Prime Minister, and is just trying to live a quiet life?
I think, yeah, totally. I think it's almost somehow like way more chill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously way more chill, but I feel like it doesn't mean as much.
Sorry, what is in a moment?
You missed this, but we talked about the gold suit standing in Vegas, looking out over what appears to be the bad hotel and the bad parking lot.
What's the bad hotel and the bad parking lot?
Mandalay Bay.
What's bad about it?
The big mass shooting that happened.
Fuck.
Right? Is that Mandalay Bay? Is that hotel?
I don't know. I'm not like a Vegas hotel expert. He looks cool.
But I had this weird thought when I was like in the shower or whatever. Just tippity-tappiting just to make sure that we've got the right hotel before I carry on.
That chocolate hangs around.
Oh, no, it's not. Different hotel. Apologies.
Apologies to Max.
The
first ever official real pod apology to Max.
No, I think it's like Caesars or something. Okay. Anyway, if that had been the hotel, I had this thought that like, if that was Max Key hanging out just like getting an Insta in front of this quite bad situation, which is not what happened, but if it was, wouldn't it be quite good to live Max Key's life where you're just kind of like blissfully ignorant of the bad things and just enjoying all the really nice fine things?
It's like Mike Hosking's life.
Yeah.
You know?
But he's not ignorant. He chooses to take it. Mike Hosking, because he's researching and he knows the details, and he chooses to take a bad position on lots of things. That's his choice. But I feel like Max is just kind of like, I don't know, floating.
Yeah.
You know, he's floating around in a gold suit.
I just don't think, he's like not overly interested in the world, which is fine. Like that's a personal choice. I wouldn't begrudge him.
But sometimes when I get weighed down by all the bad things in the world, I think, wouldn't it be nice to be Max Key?
Wouldn't
that just be a good position to be in right now?
It'd sort of be like being a young part of the Blanchard.
Yeah, that's true.
Set,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know about R. Kelly. Does he?
He's definitely still listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah, he 100% is. He's checking on Ignition in the Bentley. All right, That's us. Thank you very much for listening to our podcast. Thank you very much, Nando's. We hope you're out there so we can eat you. Thanks, Tina.
Thanks,
Wonderful
Tina.
job as always.
Thanks especially for bringing me the ice cream and the milk. I was trying to be staunch and nope.
Yeah, and I thank you, Duncan, for like going through and eating 3 pieces, going through with that.
I mean, there were probably not all 3. Like, there's probably a little bit left over.
There was quite a lot on your fingers.
It was
a good nudge. I literally ate like, what would you call that size? Like smaller than a Skittle.
Ninth.
Smaller than a Skittle.
Oh, yeah.
Much smaller than a Skittle.
Like a nerd almost.
Oh, come on. Maybe one of those little clusters of
Cluster
nerds.
nerd.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's us. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next week with Alex.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.